Hey, what is up everybody? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make another facial serum. This one is a dragon fruit facial serum. And unlike the last one where we used hyaluronic acid to gel the serum, we're using a completely different ingredient in this one. So this is a formulation I have typed out in percents for you guys. So you can easily just transfer this formula to however much you want to make. I get a common question from you guys all the time. You guys ask me how to make products in bulk, how to make large amounts of a product. Literally, you just transfer the percentages to however much you want to make. So if you don't know how to transfer a formula written in percents to a weighed out recipe, go check out my video I did in the past. I will link it down below so you guys can figure out how to transfer percents to a weighed out recipe so you can literally make however much you want to make of any product I make here on my channel. That's why I give you guys the formula in percents so you can make however much you want to make. So today we're only going to be making a ½ ounce bottle of this dragon fruit serum. So let's get started. First off, you need a digital scale that weighs to 0.01 grams as always, and I'm using this 50 milliliter glass beaker to weigh everything out in. So first off, I'm adding in 10.72 grams of distilled water. You can use any kind of hydrosol or aloe vera here instead if you guys would like. Then I'm adding in 1.5 grams of apple fruit essence water. This is a apple hydrosol that smells like apples. It literally smells so good. I wanted to use something fruity to sort of like complement the dragon fruit extract. Next up is vegetable glycerin. This is a natural humectant to draw moisture to the skin, and I used 0.6 grams of it. Next, I added in 0.3 grams of panthenol, and this is another great ingredient to add moisture to the skin and has all kinds of great skincare benefits. Then I added in 0.3 grams of the niacinamide. This is a great anti-aging ingredient. It's vitamin B3, so again, it adds great benefits to your skin. Then lastly, I added in 0.07 grams of allantoin, and this is a great ingredient to like soothe irritation and stuff and calm redness. And yeah, that's it for the heated water phase. Go ahead and try to mix up the powdered ingredients a little bit into the formulation. They probably won't dissolve until we heat it up. But before we heat this formulation up, you need to weigh out your product, weigh the beaker and the water to see how much it weighs. Because when we heat this up, the water is going to dissolve. So take note of how much the beaker and the water weighs, write it down, and then after we heat it up, we'll add in some extra distilled water to account for the water loss from evaporation. I hope that made sense to you guys. So go ahead and grab a little saucepan filled up with water and place your beaker in and cover it up with aluminum foil to prevent anything from falling in and try to prevent some evaporation from occurring, even though it'll still occur. So you want to heat your formulation up to 158 degrees Fahrenheit and hold it there for 20 minutes. And to make sure it reaches 158 degrees Fahrenheit, you can use a temperature gun to keep track of the temperature. I'll link it down below along with all the other equipment and ingredients I used in this video. So once your formulation has been heated, go ahead and weigh it to see how much water was evaporated. And it looks like only a small amount was evaporated, so I went ahead and added in some heated distilled water to account for the water loss. So after that is finished, we can go ahead and add our gelling ingredients. And the gelling ingredient I'm using is Siligel. This works so easily. All you have to do is just add it in to your formulation when it's still warm and then blend it up using like an immersion blender or like one of those micro mini mixers that I'm actually going to show you guys here in a minute. So I went ahead and added in 0.3 grams of the Siligel, and then I grabbed my little micro mini mixer to mix everything together. And as you can tell, it like froths up almost and like turns into like this kind of like really light tan opaque color. What you're gonna have to do is let this sit for like a day or two, honestly maybe like 2 or 3 days for it to like turn to a gelled texture. But before we let it sit, we need to add the rest of our ingredients. So now that the formulation has cooled down and returned to room temperature, we can add our dragon fruit extract. This has anti-aging properties, it's an antioxidant, it has wound healing properties, it helps firm skin, it soothes skin, and it's moisturizing. It's just a great extract. And I added in 0.6 grams of the dragon fruit extract. Then it's time for our preservative. I'm using Luicidal SF Complete. This is a water-soluble broad-spectrum preservative. You can easily substitute it out for any other water-soluble broad-spectrum preservative you want to use. And I added in 0.6 grams of the Luicidal SF Complete. So now that everything is in our formulation, we can go ahead and give it one last final mix. And after we mix it up, go ahead and cover it with like aluminum foil or plastic or something like that so you can let it sit for like 2 or 3 days. I don't really think 24 hours is quite enough because mine still kind of looked like this after 24 hours, but after about 2 or 3 days, it ended up being a really nice, like clear, transparent, and gelled texture, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So this is how it looks after like 2 or 3 days. As you can tell, it's really nice and thick and gelled and transparent. So yeah, you really need to let it sit for quite a bit to make it look like this. And you want it to look like this. The other way just doesn't look as good. This looks so much better. But you can still probably use it when it still looks kind of like tan and dark and stuff. I mean, obviously it's still the same product. This just looks a lot nicer. So now it's time to package our product up. I use this 1/2 ounce glass dropper bottle. I'll link it down below to where I purchased mine, and I'll try to find some on Amazon that are similar. So go ahead and pour your serum into your bottle, and you are all done. Last but not least, I went ahead and made a little dragon fruit facial serum label for my product. And if you don't know how to make your own homemade labels, I'll link down below to a video where I show you guys how I make my labels and how I waterproof them. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this homemade facial serum. It's a great twist as opposed to all the ones I've made in the past using hyaluronic acid. So if you're not a fan of hyaluronic acid, now you know how to gel a serum without hyaluronic acid. So if you're not sure how to use a facial serum, all you need is like 2 to 3 drops for your face and your neck. It'll cover all of that area. And you want to use it after cleansing and toning, and you want to apply it to your skin when it's still damp, because having damp skin helps absorb the nutrients and all the good qualities the facial serum has somehow. Not sure how it works. Science. Anyways, now it is time for my Patreon shoutouts. First up is herbalist Tracy, who owns Essence of Nature over on Etsy. I done a review over her products in the past. I'll link that video down below along with a direct link to her Etsy shop. Next up is Musical Mood Ring, who owns Stardust Bath & Body. As of right now, her shop is not live, but you can go over there, type in your email, and get notified when it goes live. You can also go follow her over on Instagram at Stardust Bath & Body. Next up is Nature's Farm Girl, who owns naturesfarmgirl.com. You can go over there, check out what she sells. She's got all kinds of natural skincare products, so I think you guys will enjoy her products. Next up is Kennedy's Essentials. You can go to kennedysessentials.net and check out her whole line of different hair care products. They're great. I love them. I have a review coming very soon over her products. Next up is Let's Blend. You can go to letsblend.bigcartel.com. Check out what she sells. She's got body butters, soaps, lip balms, and now she has some body scrubs. And I did a review over her products not too long ago, so I'll link that video down below as well. So if you're ever in the Miami, Florida area, you should hit up Young Forever Aesthetics. They offer plant-based facials and all kinds of other spa-related treatments that just look absolutely amazing. But if you're not in the Miami, Florida, check out Young Forever Aesthetics over on Instagram. They post all kinds of like skincare tips and stuff, and you just get a like behind the scenes look at all the things they offer, so go check them out. Last but not least is Rise Porter, who owns Creative with Love. Her shop looks super cute. It literally looks like Valentine's Day, and she sells all kinds of natural skincare products. And if you didn't know, I do sell homemade skincare products myself over on Etsy. I'll put a link down in the description box for you guys so it's easy for you to find. And if you guys enjoyed this recipe, I'll put a link down below to my playlist of all the other facial serums I've done in the past on my channel. So I hope you guys have a great week, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye!
I'm stuck in the motions. I've been consumed by the wrath of time like I'm